What's up everyone, this is iPhone Lasagna. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching this video, it's most likely because your kid wants me to talk you into buying them an iPhone. That's not why I'm here, that's not why I'm shooting this video. I'm shooting this video to keep you aware of certain things that you may not be aware of. My wife and I have bought our two oldest daughters iPhones at the age of 10. Many people feel that that's too young. I have friends that bought their children iPhones at 6. I felt that was a little too young, but I don't judge. If they feel like that's best for their children, that's fine. Let them do what they want. We held out for 10. I know people that are holding off till 15, even 16, 17, 18. Ultimately, you have to do what's right for your own child, but I just want to make some points here. Many people my age, I'm in my early 40s, we did not grow up with iPhones. You don't have to have your children grow up exactly as you. I know that's a big thing. We didn't have iPhones. I had to wait until I was 30-something before I got one. You know, we don't want to deprive them of the technology. And the earlier, the better, I feel. Now, there are certain responsibilities that go along with it. I totally get it. You know, losing the phone is a big issue. There is GPS tracking. If your child does lose their phone, you are able to locate it and find it, which is great. You're not going to have a phone disappear because these phones are expensive. We are not considered rich by any stretch of the imagination. Not at all. I am a freelance video editor. I'm also a private music teacher, and my income is very inconsistent. So buying the iPhones for our daughters was a very big decision. If you just don't have the money for it, it's just too expensive, that's one thing. And you know, sometimes there's really nothing you can do about it. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. And that's the case closed. My wife and I were very concerned that our child would become a couch potato. They would not go outside. They would stop socializing with their friends. They would just be texting all the time or Snapchatting or whatever it is that they're doing today. I can tell you that that's not an issue. They are outside all the time. When their friends do come over, they're not on their cell phones all the time. They're always engaging, doing something else. They're either jumping in the pool, or they're riding bikes, or they're just playing volleyball out on the lawn. They're doing something fun. When they are on their phones, they're doing something creative. I feel it also brings them outside. They're not inside as much. They're outside. They're shooting video. They're shooting pictures. It brings out the creativeness in them, and I love that. I think that's awesome. So that's another big plus. And again, just because we didn't have it doesn't mean that it's wrong. My generation, we grew up in the late 70s with the Atari 2600. Then it was the Commodore 64 and the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo. And there was ColecoVision in there somewhere. So, you know, we still made it. Everyone was saying, oh, you know, they're not going to go to college. They're not going to do this. They're not going to do that because of the video games. Has nothing to do with the video games. We made it. I'm fine. All my friends are fine. Everyone I know is okay. Our grandparents told our parents that they're not getting color television because they're going to become couch potatoes, and they're not going to go to college, and they're not going to even get a job. They're just going to sit at home and watch TV all day long. So every generation before always sees a new technology coming, and many people are against it right away. So going back to being outside, my girls are very athletic. My oldest daughter is on volleyball. She's on track and soccer. And my middle daughter, who is now 12, is on volleyball, and she does gymnastics. Our youngest daughter is 8, and she's not old enough to have an iPhone yet, so she's going to wait. And again, there are no issues with going out and socializing, and you know, the whole antisocial thing doesn't seem to be a factor. Their grades are excellent. Their grades have actually gone up. They're on the internet all the time using Google and using, I guess, Wikipedia for certain facts and information. So that is definitely a plus. I do notice that it's being used for educational purposes. That's awesome. Not to say that they're not playing their games. They have plenty of different apps that they like to do, and I have no problem with that. Don't forget that you can also monitor your child's usage. If you feel that they're just on it too much, you could threaten to take the phone away. And trust me, once you have a smartphone like an iPhone and you get it taken away, they're going to want that phone back right away. So again, I'm just speaking from the heart and just letting you know that my two older daughters got their iPhones at 10 years old. We've had no issues. They're athletic. They're getting great grades. They're very social. They're not stuck in their phone all day long. They use it for educational purposes. They still use it to have fun. I'm not going to say they don't. I use mine to have fun. I've got a couple of fun apps that I play a couple games when I'm just trying to relax. But it hasn't become the problem. So if you guys have any concerns or questions, please leave me some comments and I'll be glad to answer them. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks.